What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Giaimo for the Mid Collective, and today I am super excited to be joined by Jesse Craig from PWCC. Jesse, we're going to do 10 rapid fire questions, 2022 big predictions. I want to hear them all from you. You ready to get started?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first one is all about you. What are you collecting this coming year?
I've gotten back into collecting a bit. I didn't collect much in the past because it was kind of a conflict of interest for me. I don't do a lot of advising with clients anymore. So I'm kind of all about the game used patches and game used jerseys, specifically basketball and football is kind of what I've been focusing on.
Yeah, I mean, memorabilia, I think, is going to explode in 2022. That's
Totally
my
agree.
personal prediction. Another prediction from you. What is the biggest change you think that we will see next year in the hobby?
Infrastructure. I think we're just more infrastructure is being built, more big players are getting involved, more consolidation from the companies in the industry. So I think there's going to be a lot of new moving pieces from an infrastructure perspective.
Okay, what do you think collectors will be buying more of?
Collectors will be buying more vintage next year. I think that people are going to realize the risk involved in investing in a lot of these young players. A lot of
I'm
people
experiencing it myself right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have taken it in the teeth a little bit. A lot of people have also made a lot of money. So it's high risk, high reward with these younger athletes. And the vintage players and the vintage cards are much safer and sustainable long term.
Definitely. And I'm going to take you up on that advice. That is a very good point. What do you think collectors will be buying less of? More vintage, less what?
I would just say less rookies, less current year rookies. I think that the gamble won't be as much. Like I said, I think a lot of people have learned their lesson trying to invest in a lot of these players that, they're taking a shot at. It's like, well, if I can throw, $200 at this guy, maybe that card will be worth $1,000. But then if he doesn't do anything, that card's worth $20.
All right, Jesse, what do you think collectors will be doing more of next year?
Going to trade shows. I think that, there's going to be, now that things have loosened up a bit, I know that we've had more COVID resurgence with these 7,000 variations there are, but there's a lot of trade shows that have been established during COVID towards the later half of last year or this year, I should say. And I think that there's going to be a lot of travel, a lot of trade shows, a lot of in-person deals. And we're going to be, as a company, putting a lot of time and energy into going to a lot of these as well. So we're excited for that.
All right. What do you think collectors will be doing less of?
Selling. I think there will be, because with buying vintage is more of a longer hold. So I think that we'll see a little bit less selling next year. I think that people will let things ride out a little bit more. Hopefully we won't see as much panic selling with these younger athletes. It's like, Patrick Mahomes has a couple game rough stretch and all of a sudden, it's his collectors and investors fell off a cliff and they don't believe him anymore. It's like the guy's 25. He's won a Super Bowl, been to 2, won an MVP. He's on a fantastic team. And yeah, he had a little bit of a rough patch for 4 games. And now they've rattled off 6, 7 wins in a row.
Which person or, people will you think become the next hobby star in 2022?
The next hobby star. That's tough. I think that guys are going to get their shine that are well-deserved and that have been overlooked for a long time. I look at guys like Magic Johnson. His cards are way too inexpensive for what he's done. I mean, the guy's won 5 championships. He's got 3 MVPs. Larry Bird, he won 3 MVPs in a row. Yeah. And I know he doesn't have as many championships. I believe he's got 3. But some of these guys from the 80s, they do not get the love that they deserve. And I think a lot of their inserts and their other cards from those sets, like 03 Exquisite, 04, the Exquisite sets that are so popular with LeBron and these other big time rookies that are still playing. I think that these older guys will start getting their shine. I think their cards are going to go up quite a bit more in value.
Which established company should we be on the lookout for? Keep our eyes peeled next year.
Well, that's a silly question. It's going to be PWCC.
Okay.
Easy. We've got
not biased at all. Can you give me another one besides PWCC?
Yeah, not a biased answer.
Throw a wrench at you.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of stuff in the works. We're making a lot of improvements to our website, our platforms, and I'm super excited for what we've got in store for next year.
And I am as well. Which up and coming company should collectors be on the lookout for or follow?
I'm a big collectible fan. I love the team over there, and that might sound like a Homer thing as well because we do some stuff together. But I believe in what they're doing and their platform. I believe in fractional as a whole, and it's becoming more and more popular. And I believe it's a big piece of the future of this industry.
What do you think will be the biggest surprise in the hobby in 2022? Make a huge bold prediction for me right here.
I think there's going to be a couple of really large acquisitions that happen. I don't want to name any companies, but I think there's going to be a couple, and I'm not talking about our company, but I think there'll be a couple of big acquisitions in 2022, huge names that get gobbled up to make a larger conglomerate.
Okay, here's the real reason why we're here. We're all going to talk about the Mint Collective. I am so excited to go to Vegas. I've never been there. I know you've
never been to Vegas?
I've never been. I'm 32 years old. I've never been to Vegas. My mom and dad are very worried for me because I could get into a lot of trouble. I love to sports. I love to sports bet. I think it's championship weekend, right, in the NFL.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a blast, Jesse. I'm very excited. What are you most looking forward to there?
The event in general. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air to have a trade show / event that's kind of reimagined from the normal events that we've had in our industry, right? The national, this is going to be different, more elevated. The carnival night at the UFC is going to be a blast. Yeah. So I'm really looking to get out there, have a change of scenery for a normal trade show, and enjoy Vegas. And yes, enjoy championship weekend.
Jesse Craig from PWCC. Thanks for joining me. I learned a lot. See you in Vegas.
All right. Thanks.